Good afternoon. Welcome to this week's episode of Monday Biz Motivation with the Culver City Chamber Ambassadors. I'm Candance Simmons, owner of All That and More Boutique, and I'm also a chair ambassador for the Chamber. I have the pleasure of hosting the segment with Rafia Cooper of Rafia's Jewelry. She's also an ambassador for the Culver City Chamber. The Culver City Chamber is a connector of people, resources, and ideas, and this platform was created to connect you to the business owners here in Culver City that serve our amazing community. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Rafia so she can introduce our special guests. But before I do that, I want to say happy New Year. We're so excited to be here, you guys. We made it. We made it. So with that, I'll turn it over to Rafia.
Thank you, Candance. Happy New Year to you and to everyone watching. It's been quite a journey,
Yes.
to say the least. But we are here on the 4th day of the new year, and I'm super excited for this year. So we took a little break from our little show here for the last 2 weeks, just enjoying the holidays with our families. And we're back today with our first show for 2021 with Janiece Russell from the Magic Hair Company. So welcome, Janiece. We really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we'd love to ask you all kinds of questions. So before I start with my question, I'd like to remind the people watching that if they want to ask questions, please post it in the comment below and we will answer them as fast as we can. So Janiece, tell us how long you've been the owner of the Magic Hair Company and how you got started.
Okay, well, hello. My name is Janiece Russell, and I own Magic Hair Company located in the Culver City Art District. I have had my business for about 10 years now, and I have been in the Culver City Art District at my retail location for about 8 years now.
Great.
Wow. Okay. So what got you started in this business, and what is it exactly that you're doing?
Okay, well, what I do, I make custom wigs. So I make wigs for ladies who are either suffering from hair loss or just want a new look. I've been in this industry perfecting my craft for over 10 years now, and I really got started in my business in my college dorm room where I was doing hair and sourcing better quality hair from a few different places at the time. And I really recognized there was a need to have a centralized location for my clients and other ladies who wanted better quality hair and extensions to be easily available to them. So I made some things happen, and I made some contacts, and I was able to source high quality hair, and I started making wigs. So once I graduated from college, I then moved to LA and opened my retail location in Culver City, California, right in the art district. And I've been here now, and I make custom glueless wigs. So I provide a safe place for women and men to walk into and get a custom wig, whatever texture, length, color that they like. We provide all of those services at our store, conveniently located where? In Culver City.
Wow. So do you still hand make them all, or do you have help, or how does that work?
Well, what we do in store, I have a manufacturer that does the bulk of the work, and then they send us a raw product where we style it, we'll cut bangs, we'll cut layers, we'll add color to it, we'll, add some curls to it and really fit it for the lady or, man of choice who are really looking for a good quality wig, because a lot of people are suffering from hair loss issues, whether other people on the outside know about it, but they need a place they can discreetly come into and leave with a natural looking, long lasting, beautiful wig.
Wow.
Recently, Janiece, or I'm saying recently, but you know how time has begun to blend. But wasn't there like a news segment that you did recently where you talked about supporting or providing a safe space for a targeted group? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So last year we partner with a lot of nonprofits because we also want to donate our services. Because we provide such a niche, high quality product, it can be a little pricey. So we want to be able to provide these services whether our client can afford it, especially for our Black women who are going through chemo that maybe cannot afford some of the other resources that are out there. We have partnered with 2 local nonprofits that sponsor ladies to donate our wigs and maintenance services to our ladies who maybe can't afford some of the other alternatives like cold cap or other services. Ours is a more affordable service, and we get them sponsored as much as we can.
Awesome.
That's
Mhm.
That was beautiful to see. Congratulations. That was a
Thank
great
you.
way of giving back to the community
Yeah.
and to a very targeted specific group that was
Yes,
in.
absolutely.
So if I wanted to get a wig, can I walk into your location and have your services, or do I have to call and place an order online, or how does that work?
Prior to COVID, you could just walk into our store. We are currently still open. We're open Tuesday through Saturday for walk-ins, but we do prefer that you make an appointment. That way we don't have too many people in our store at the same time, because we definitely do want to maintain social distance, and we want to be able to clean down the stations and really provide a one-on-one service for you. So if you would like to come in, we are currently still taking clients Tuesday through Saturday, and you can just make that appointment by going to our website, and the chat button pops up, and let us know how we can help you, and we will gladly schedule and accommodate any and everybody that we can during our current business hours. So absolutely, yes, you can walk in, and we prefer you make an appointment.
That's wonderful, and it makes sense,
Mhm.
say.
We
So
are really providing
prior
a
to
customized
COVID,
service, so it's important that you do have an appointment so we can really specialize and get exactly what you need, and you can ask all the questions that you need as well. So that's why we prefer you make an appointment.
Yes.
okay, and then prior to COVID, or even now, if I wanted a wig, I put it on, and then could I have you style it, or somebody there style it for me the way I want to before I walk out?
Yeah, so prior to COVID, we would have stylists in our store that could maybe do a little more styling, glue or sew down the wig. But what we really specialize in is glueless wigs. So you really don't need a stylist to install our wigs. I can style it for you, and then you can just put it on your head because it's glueless, and you put it on and you're ready to go. So when you come in the store, we really make sure you know how to take on and off the wig, but we don't need to style it on you. So we can actually do your consultation over Zoom or over the phone or on FaceTime, and then we can set up a contactless appointment, and we can all stay safe, and you can get your new wig and be ready to go.
That's awesome.
So that's the way we learned to pivot during COVID, because ladies still need wigs, and we are still here to provide our services. So we're still accommodating and maintaining social distance.
Yes. So
We
you
all have
mentioned
to think of ways.
Absolutely.
you mentioned a couple of things, Janiece, that just brought a few questions to mind. So you mentioned glueless. So I
Mhm.
think there's probably something special about it being clueless. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So a lot of times the trouble that women have with wearing their wigs is keeping it secure. So because I've had so much time in the industry, myself and my manufacturer have really perfected a glueless cap that you can literally take on and off in a couple of seconds, and it will lay nice and seamlessly, as you can see here, right on your hairline. And you can style it, pull it back. It will give you a natural hairline, and nobody will be able to tell that you have a wig. And that is because of the way we've customized our caps. So we have different caps available. I'm sure I won't bore anybody with the details of our different caps, but they are meant to be very discreetly worn. And, we're really catering to women who are struggling with hair loss, and they don't know where to go to find that discreet solution that will give them that confidence back that they might have lost.
So
But
you are wearing a wig right now.
I'm definitely wearing one of my beautiful wigs right now. Yes.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
Yes, absolutely. This is
Yeah.
one of my glueless wigs that I can take on and off in a few seconds. I won't, but if you want to see me take on and off my wigs, check out any of my social media or my YouTube, and I'm taking my wig on and off all the time, but I won't do it here.
And
Okay.
tell everybody what your YouTube and social media handle is there.
Everything is Magic Hair Co. Sometimes it's Magic Hair Company spelled out, but we are the only magic hair company located in the USA. So if you type in on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, go to Magic Hair Company, and we do a live show. Since we had to pivot coming back to work post COVID or during COVID, because it's not really post yet, we do a 3:00 live show every Friday on Facebook and Instagram. That way our clients can see some of the different things that we do. They can see our different styles. They can see what's in store without just coming in, and it can be overwhelming. So we give them a preview of what we have in store quite a few times a week, but specifically Friday at 3 p.m. So people can see what we have to offer, and they can talk with me, ask me questions. We really have pivoted to offering more live shows and being more active on our social media so people can still communicate with us. We can show them pictures and videos without having to come in, because we really still want to be of service, and we have to pivot with the time. So yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And social media, I mean, Candance and I both can attest to this, is that, it really is what all of our promotions and everything that we do goes through that. If we didn't have that, I don't know where we would be right now.
Absolutely.
Because it would be very difficult, and both of us utilize it a lot. So it's great to hear that you're doing the same.
Absolutely. I was watching your previous video with the marketing company, and what they were saying is so important as to how you present your image in the world, because not everybody is going to see you or come into your store. But right now, everybody is at home, on their computers, on their chosen social media platforms, and you have to have great video and picture content to get those people into your store, or to just get them to purchase online. But in order to gain that trust, you definitely have to have that great social media video presence with good lighting and things that people want to watch. And I remember before I came back to work in June, when we were still shut down, I was watching Candance's videos, and I was like, you know what? I need to get on live and show what I have. So I really enjoyed watching your live Facebooks and interacting with you, just to see, this is how we have to pivot right now. And this is how we have to get on live and really showcase our businesses to let people know we are still here, and we are still here to service the community.
And also it brings out the personalities of the owners. Like I totally see Candance's personality shine through when she does her videos, and it makes me feel like I'm actually connected with her and talking to her. So I think that plays an important role in the people doing business with her, as well as with each of us, so bring out your personalities, it's very
absolutely important. That's
Yeah.
what people want to see. They want to see our personalities, and we absolutely have to show up and say, hi, this is me.
Right. And Janiece, you've done a great job. I've watched you jump back in, and I think we all, as Rafia said, have come back on social media. We've gone virtual. That's one of the things we've had to do to pivot. And so I want to ask you, prior to COVID, the beauty industry is so diverse. I mean, there's so much going on. And I've just heard over the years that it's not an easy industry to get into, but I see you out there. I've watched you pivot. I see you still thriving in your business and still connecting with your clients. So what would you say is one of the things that if someone was looking to get into the beauty industry, that they really need to focus in on?
The beauty industry is a very, very hard industry to get into. It is what they call oversaturated.
Mhm.
So what I would tell to somebody that wants to get into the beauty industry is you are getting into an oversaturated market. So what makes you different? You have to figure out what makes you different and show that, because there's always something that makes everybody different. You
Right.
need to show that, and you need to build off of that, and don't let anybody tell you, if you want to have a t-shirt company, oh my gosh, there's another t-shirt company. There can be multiple t-shirt companies. What makes you different than the other t-shirt company? You need to get on camera and showcase that. And that is what you need to do, and just get started and do it. When I was getting started in the hair industry, I'm still told all the time, oh, you're in the hair industry? That's so hard. But I've been in the hair industry for 10 plus years, and I continuously pivot and do what I need to do to show my customers that I'm here and that I have the latest and greatest products around. And we utilize the latest technology that, gives natural, beautiful hair. Um, yeah, and you just have to do it. You have to really figure out your niche, and you have to go with that niche. You can't do everything. You have to figure out what works for you.
Right. That's great advice. The other thing I wanted to ask is you mentioned that men wear your units.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my mom back in the 70s, she wore wigs, and I go to the wig store and pick up her wig after it's been styled. And you've mentioned several times units. So units and wigs are the same thing. Would unit just be a more discreet way of saying I'm wearing a wig instead of saying it?
The terms are interchangeable. I think the term unit kind of more came as an industry term to talk more about a customized wig. To
Okay.
describe a customized wig, some people use the term unit because you can really customize a unit, and it sounds better than a wig, or like some of the older ladies say, a hat. Uh,
Okay.
so we're not putting on our hats, we're putting on our customized, fabulous wig or unit. But they're interchangeable terms, and we absolutely do have men clients for, we have a lot of models, and there are men hair loss pieces, and a lot of men are wearing wigs, and you don't even know, because if it's a good quality piece, you're not supposed to know that it's a wig. So a lot of men and women are wearing high quality wigs and extensions, and you don't even know.
I
That's
never
cool.
heard that term, unit. I never knew that. I learned something new today.
And I wanted to also ask you, Janiece, who would you say is your client? What's your demographic? Is it, primarily women? Are they in the Culver City area?
Mhm.
How would you describe your ideal client? And then also tell us what your demographic is for your clients.
My ideal client is somebody who is either suffering or have been through a hair loss experience, or they just want a protective style to prevent hair loss. My demographic is women, the age range of 40 to about 65, that really want good quality hair. So not necessarily younger women who want more of party or fun, colorful hair.
Right.
My client is the client who wants that everyday, natural looking. They can wear the same extensions time and time over and really give a natural, flawless look, not the maybe so much party throwaway hair look.
Okay.
Mhm.
As
You
I
mentioned prevention.
Yes.
Can you elaborate?
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of times with hairstyles, especially with Black women, we wear hairstyles that pull our hairline and other hair follicles away and just damage them. And so when you continuously do these same hairstyles over time, they will damage our hair. This is something really specific to our community, because there's specific hairstyles that we wear, like braids and things like that, that are just too tight. So to get out of wearing braids or any other sort of tension causing hairstyles, a lot of ladies will turn to a wig. It's just another choice or option that we can utilize to prevent further hair loss. It's a great transition, protective style, or everyday look.
I see.
Awesome. Awesome. So it's also interesting, as I looked a little bit deeper into why women wear units. One of the things I found is that some women have units that they wear to bed. They have units that they wear to the gym.
Absolutely.
They
Yep.
have these versatile units that are for this and that and this and
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
I was
absolutely. Sometimes you may want long blonde hair or short
Mhm.
brown hair or curly hair. Sometimes, you know, you want that wig, the wig to wear to work. You might want to wear the same one to work every day, but you might want to wear a different wig to church or a different wig out to the gym or a different wig just to throw onto the grocery store. You know, there's different wigs for different dresses, but that is the great thing about a wig is that you can wear your hair however you want and just take it on and off without damaging, coloring, curling. You can just throw on a wig. And that is why, although many of my clients are suffering from hair loss for many different reasons, I also have the clients who just want a wig because they don't feel like doing their hair, or especially right now because the salons are closed, that we're having a lot of clients who just want a wig to have their hair done, whether they need to be Zoom ready or they need to go to the grocery store or go to work or wherever they need to be. Women will always want to be presentable and they're going to throw on a wig. And that's what's great about my glueless wigs, because you can just throw it on sometimes, and when you get home and don't want to be bothered, just take it off. So that's what I'm doing over here in Culver City, making custom glueless wigs. And I really would have never thought that going into the pandemic that my services would be so needed, especially with the salons being open and closed and open and closed. And we do need to keep our social distance. So I am so great that I can have an established service here that, you know, every time we're there, because we did modify our hours, we're not there every day now. We're just there Tuesday through Saturday. Every day we get a call. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you guys in so long. We're glad that you're here. Yes, we're still here. You can look at our wig selection online and select in-store pickup, and we will bring it out to you and drop it off in your car. Or if you need to try it on, we'll gladly allow you to do that by appointment. But we are here, and you don't have to go to a salon, and you can still look presentable and have high quality hair.
Yeah, that to me is important. You know, I shared this before. My mom would always say, when you leave the house, you need to make sure that you look like you're worth saving.
Mm-hmm.
And as a nurse, I would think, okay, so if I fall out in the middle of the street and I look a hot mess, the paramedics are going to arrive and they're not going to save me. And I said, is that the case, Mom? She says, think about it. Do you look like you're worth saving?
Mm-hmm.
So I know in the pandemic, as we've had to jump on Zoom calls and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature, folks have gotten, you know, we've all gotten a little more casual because we're not having to show up, you know, in that same full manner. But it's still important that we show up because we want to continue to maintain those relationships, continue to show up looking like we're here to do business or we're here to conduct business. And I think your services are something that will allow women to continue to do so, as well as men, because I had no idea that. But it made sense. I think in the industry, I've noticed it more, you know, with the industry, and some of my clients that are in the industry speak of how a lot of the industry doesn't know how to style black hair. So the units would come into play. And sometimes those units are not as great as they could be, but they use them. So it's nice to hear that you offer quality units that have addressed so many different issues as it relates to hair loss, as it relates to just showing up and being presentable. So your product and your services are definitely essential. You also have hair care products too. Can you talk a little bit
Absolutely.
about those?
Yes. So about 5 years ago, I created a hair care product line because, you know, in order for me to be full service, since we offer the color, we used to offer the installation, we also needed to provide maintenance services because my wigs do last for years or as long as you maintain them. So whether my clients want to bring in their units or wigs and let us wash them, we've also created a keratin shampoo and conditioner for our clients to take home and wash and maintain their products at home. So we have our keratin shampoo and conditioner, and then for everyday use, we also have our hydrating curl definer and amplifier, and we have an edge tamer. So we have our hair care product line, so you can definitely maintain your wigs and extensions from us at home, and it will definitely secure the longevity and have a natural look for
So
time.
I'm curious, how often do you have to wash your wig?
I typically wash my wig about once a week. It really depends on the type of wig that I'm wearing. So, of course, I'll wash a curlier wig like this more than I will my straight hair. Some of my straight hair, I really don't wash that often unless I'm putting curls in it, because it is human hair. So, just like your own hair, you want to curl it and style it or add heat on it. When it's freshly washed, it is human hair. So, that's another thing about my wigs. A lot of other places offer synthetic or low quality or mixed kind of product wigs. My quality of hair, it's all human hair, and so it is treated as such. So people know exactly how to deal with it. It's not plastic, and that's why it lasts for so long. And it's easy to maintain. Just wash it and condition it and comb it out.
Awesome. So you mentioned how the company you were referring to is Stay Frosty Media, and how you saw some various things that they talked about that we need to do. So when you think about being in the pandemic and you think about something that has really helped your business, a tool or a relationship that has helped you to move forward, what would that be, and how that might help our audience that's listening to look to secure those types of tools or those types of relationships?
I think that one thing that has really helped a small business like mine during the pandemic is a lot of my Culver City relationships, getting on live with other Culver City businesses. So that way, other local clients can say, oh, hey, there's another business here that I can get this service from. Because that's one of the main things with building community. You need to know other people in the community so you guys can share your resources and share your clients. So I know when I've done live with Miss Candance over there, we have a lot of the same clients, and we're not very far from each other, and they see the same things. And when I have my cute dress on, I'm like, I got it right around the corner, go and get it. So that is great that we can, you know, I can show my clients there's a great business over here and utilize those sources, but we also have to show up with great lighting and great pictures and know how to get on live. And that's one thing a lot of businesses really had to learn and pivot to do to get back to work. Fortunately for me, we were already kind of trying to show our online presence. So we had a lot of lighting and studio equipment prior, but we're always adding things to add better lighting, better backgrounds, and things like that.
Well, I think that, especially even doing this show, there's a lot of business to business community that has been formed here in Culver City. And the chamber certainly has helped do that more and more for us. So in doing these things, I know that every time that we do even one of these shows, we've highlighted another business and we've put that other business back into Culver City again as a community, I think it's really important what you said. So, we lost Candance.
Hello.
I'm back. I just have a client that is looking to come into the store. We open at 2.
Wait, we still don't see you.
You just gotta pivot and do what you have to do. I completely understand that, and that's part of us multitasking and being business owners.
Exactly. But getting back to what we were talking about, there is definitely a business to business community here in Culver City, and that's really important that you're seeing that and recognizing that and like working together with Candance. I also sell my jewelry in her store, so I understand what you're saying. Just working together is really an interesting dynamic that I've learned since I've been in business for about 20 years, but I certainly have picked up more of that in the last few years.
Yeah, and Culver City is such a friendly neighborhood. I'm almost ashamed to say now that I'd actually, because I'm from San Diego, I'd never heard of Culver City until the day I signed my lease. And when I moved to the area, I said to myself, okay, I'm starting a business in Culver City, a place I've never heard of. I hope that people can find me. And, God always has a way of putting you right where you need to be. And this is where I am and where I will continue to be. And I love being a part of the community. I'm also a board member for the Culver City Art District Business Improvement District. So I've been able to meet a lot of business owners and other people involved in Culver City that way. And that's really been a great way for me as a niche business that people aren't necessarily looking for or don't know they need until they need it. That is a great way that I've been allowed to get to know a lot of the other businesses in the area and what's really going on in the community.
That's wonderful that you're getting involved. That's a great way to do it. Absolutely. Are you also involved in the chamber as well?
I'm not involved in the chamber, but I will be soon.
Okay.
just kind of I'll get in it probably this upcoming year. And then I'm also really involved in the Art Walk when there was the Art Walk and Roll Festival.
Yes, I had a booth in that the first year that they did that. Absolutely. Of course, this last year we couldn't do anything, but yeah, I did that the first year. There's also, that whole area, that whole neighborhood that you're in has evolved and changed so much for the better. Yes. And, I think it's great that you're located there because it does have like an artsy vibe to it, with all the galleries and everything. And when we didn't have the pandemic, we had the walking into each art gallery. I forgot what they called it, the Art Walk or something.
The Art Walk, the Art Walk and Roll Festival, which will come back to Culver City, once it's safe. And I believe it's Culver City's largest event. But that is also, a great event for a lot of the community to see what's going on in the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a few people watching. If you guys have any questions, please post it in here. We're talking to Janiece Russell from Magic Hair Company. We lost Candance for a minute, but she's back now. And welcome back to Monday Biz Motivation. So if any of you watching out there have any questions for myself, Candance, or Janiece, please put it in the comments and we're happy to help you answer. If you're just joining us, Janiece she makes wigs. She's wearing this beautiful one today right now for us and it looks fabulous on her. So, and she's located in Culver City in the Arts District. So we are talking to her today about her business and she's been in it for about 10 years. I think that should catch you all up. And if you need to know her information, it's going across the screen on a little ticker there. And do you have any more questions, Candance? I know you left for a little bit.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Pretty aggressive client banging on the door and calling on the phone. You wanted all that and more.
You know what? It's great when a client is banging down your door. Yes. I love it.
So no, I didn't have any additional questions for Janiece. Janiece, you've been a great guest. I did want to know if you guys covered the events that were coming up because we've definitely reached the half hour.
We've just been talking.
Great. So the Culver City, as I mentioned earlier on, is a connector of resources, ideas, and people. And we have ongoing events that we encourage you all to attend. The events are listed on our website at www.culvercitychamber.com. But we have 2 events coming up this week. So the upcoming events is one, the Culver City has partnered with an organization to hand out 1 month supply of PPE equipment. So we encourage you all. It's going to take place on January 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Senior Center here in Culver City. So if you are a business owner, please go online and register at the ppunit.org and list your business information, schedule a pickup service. It's going to be a drive-through and you will receive free 30-day supply of PPE equipment, which as small businesses, we all need these protective gear or protective equipment.
That's wonderful.
It really is.
Such a great thing. Wonderful. I'm glad that we're doing that.
Yes, but we encourage you, you see the information here, go register.
Go
And make
register.
sure that the supplies are, one, available and that you are scheduled with a pickup time, so that we can, again, social distance and keep our distance as we pick up our protective equipment. The other is a roundtable discussion, which will be, it's bi-weekly, and the first one this year is going to be on January 11th at 2:30. It's a great opportunity to come out and hear about the updates that we are having to adjust to as we move forward in this COVID-19 environment. It's a great time to hear from the Culver City Chamber, the City of Culver City, and various leaders to help us move forward and to keep our businesses safe, to keep adjusting to the protocols that we need to ensure the safety of our businesses, our employees, as well as our clients. So it's been instrumental to me as I've moved forward and made adjustments accordingly. So we encourage you all. It's free to join. During this pandemic, one of the things that I've really appreciated about being a part of the Culver City Chamber is just all the information that's been shared. So again, this is another roundtable discussion. You can call in virtually or you can call in to gain the information. And again, as things change, the Culver City Chamber has done a great job of just keeping us informed. So go to our websites, sign up for our emails, and we provide weekly updates on various things that are happening here. So that's it for events.
For this week.
This week, yeah. This week and next week. So the name of our show is Monday Biz Motivation. So that being said, we generally ask our guests first, which again, as I stepped away, I don't know if you guys talked about this.
We haven't. No,
Okay.
I waited for you.
Thanks for having the confidence and knowing I was going to get back.
I knew you would.
And as Rafia would say, we're live. So you guys see how we pivot and move forward.
Exactly. You got to go with it, you know?
And I heard Janiece saying, hey, you're a business owner. Go handle your business.
Exactly.
So the question, Janiece, is what motivates you during this time? What motivates you in your business, or what's motivating you this week to do business?
What motivates me is to always continue to work harder and make my parents and my husband proud. So I'm always striving to work harder and work better and learn from my mistakes and improve and keep going. And most importantly, pivot, because that is how to keep going and to figure out how to overcome obstacles in this ever-changing environment. You have to pivot and keep going and work harder than you did the day before.
Yes.
Or smarter, not necessarily harder, but smarter.
Smarter, definitely. All right, Rafia, what's motivating you this week?
Well, I have taken the last 2 weeks completely and totally off. So I think I am going to just try to find that motivation this week, you know, just to get back into things. It's hard when you're off for a while and trying to get back into to doing everything, you know, continuing with your business and all that. So I started today, the first day I haven't posted in a while. So that's my baby step for this week, is just to even post on social media.
Awesome. Well, for me, it was interesting. So I spent last week doing a year-end inventory. So inventorying the merchandise in the store and inventorying just everything. And I did some inventory at home, and I found this amazing planner that we were given, I think it was the year before last, I think it was in 1990, to plan for 2020. And as ambassadors, it was something that the chamber had given us, and it was a planner for highly effective people, I believe, highly productive or highly effective. And I started flipping through it. And the cool thing about this planner is that it has no dates. It doesn't have any months in it. So you can pretty much start anywhere, stop and start anywhere. But if you're highly productive, you'll probably keep going. But so my motivation this week is to really get back to planning, because with COVID, there was it was a very challenging time for me just to plan ahead, not knowing what the month or the week would look like. But there were still things that we still got done in the midst of it all. So I want to get back to planning. And so what's motivating me this week is to plan to plan.
Plan to plan.
Plan to plan.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's kind of like mine. Motivate
Right.
to motivate.
Right. So that's my motivation for the week. So again, it's been a great discussion, Janiece. You've taught us so much about units. You taught us about wigs. You taught us about the hair industry. And you've also shared with us some of the things that have really kept you going in your business. Congratulations to you for being in the beauty business for 10 years and for developing a community that has seen value in the products and services that you've provided over the years to them, that during this time, when folks are trying to figure out, do they buy toilet paper, where to get it, they're coming to you to buy units because they still want to show up and support your business, which again is truly an honor when you think about, in all of our businesses that folks are still finding a way to support our businesses, even though in some cases they have not been identified as essential. But we know that our community has found ways, and they've told us that you are essential to me. So congratulations to you for having a business here in Culver City, and we look forward to seeing more of you.
Absolutely.
Well, all of our businesses are about, personal grooming or personal, appearances. I think, outer appearances. So I think that also plays an integral part of how we're feeling, and especially during this time, it's important for us to feel good, and starts with how we look,
Absolutely.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I think that's going to wrap our show. Rafia, you want to close us out?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been a great discussion with Janiece Russell from Magic Hair Company. Tune in next Monday again. We will have another guest. And if you are interested in being one of our guests, please contact us, and we will see you next week. So thank you for watching. Bye.